everybody, and welcome to Pomeroy Art Academy's Breakfast Club. I'm your instructor, John Pomeroy, and for our club today, we're going to talk about how to draw trees. And how do you start drawing them? Using basic shapes. So let's just dive in. Some of the basic shapes I'm always talking about with my character design students is we start with a circle or a square, triangle, crescent or half moon, rectangle, and then tubular shape. These are the basic alphabets of all design, whether you're drawing a building, a structure, a tree, a person, a character. It involves every one of these shapes. And if you take these shapes, I mean, you can bend the tube shape to be an elbow. That becomes something else that you can use. Every one of these, if you elongate a rectangle, you can use that as well. So we start with a basic shape. That's the main thing. And in talking about trees and how to begin, one of the things that you always have to be aware of is a perspective. So if we have a ground plane and we have say a vanishing point out here, whatever object that we draw here on this page is going to respond to that vanishing point. So everything will kind of foreshorten in this direction, whether it's a bare tree trunk or a full sprouting oak tree. So just wanted to make you aware of at least one vanishing point. You can have two. You can also have three. If you have a structure that is going away from you in perspective, say like this triangle, and it has a pattern on the side that is responding to the perspective and the foreshortening. You have a vanishing point up here, you have a vanishing point over here, and then you have one over here. So that particular angle, a low camera angle as we say, is responding to all three of these vanishing points. Now, getting back into talking about drawing trees, let's start with one. Let's say we have a ground plane, and I'm just going to do kind of a slightly rising slope here. Let's say if we wanted to draw a oak, and then we would start, we can have the trunk going up and down, but I always like to have them going on the slightly diagonal. It's just the designer sense in me, I guess. I would start with a tapering rectangle shape, and then the various trunks would be tapering tubes, and at some point the top will divide itself, and these are the basic shapes. So I have a rectangle and I have tapering tube shapes. Maybe there's other smaller limbs sprouting out from a lower angle. Where the branches attach, I usually almost like to configure them with rounds. So this is where that one branch is attached. Here is another branch. These circles that I put on there kind of give me an indication of which way the branch is traveling. This branch is coming slightly up and towards us. This one is going away from us. So is this one. So I'm trying to get an idea of how these things are going in space. Are they traveling away from us or are they coming at us? And then a root system I attach at the base here. And I like to create a pattern of the way the bark is traveling up the tree. Sometimes it's straight up and down. Sometimes it's curved. So we have a root system right here and one right here. These are the stabilizers of the base of the tree trunk. They go underground, but we see where they attach above ground. And so I have these spiral lines radiating from those trunks, coming up the sides, and then I like to give them just a little bit of texture to give them some girth. I'm wrapping lines around them. The lines can also go this way. They can travel up the sides like this to describe that bulge or that structure in the tree trunk. And then we get into the basic shapes of the foliage, all of the leaves. Now, I like to work with circles. For an oak tree, I would have a medium-size circle, a small circle, a large circle, and then another medium-sized circle. Just try to give a variety. Variety is what is apparent in all of nature. And then carry these branches out a little bit further. Let them break up as they go further up. Now, these forms, I will put extra forms here to kind of cover some of the limbs to give you the illusion that the foliage is coming out towards us. And once I get these larger shapes working, then I could start to concentrate on the leaf patterns, how the leaf patterns are broken up. I usually like to sweep them in one direction and then have a couple of individual leaves inside the body of the shape, sort of like that. Get some on this side, get a few here. And every once in a while, I'd like to re-emerge the branches sticking out somewhere out of the tree, because that's how a tree is. The branches intertwine in and out of these leaf shapes. Get some leaf structure going here. Some around here where this trunk is sweeping towards us and maybe re-emerges. So we got all these leaf patterns. So now we've got a basic tree. I'm going to add some grass here coming up to the base of the trunk. You'll see branches sticking out, maybe some more of individual leaves. So there's our oak tree. Now, another consideration is which way is the light source coming in? It may come from this direction, which is top corner coming down from this angle, from over my shoulder down to the tree. So if that's the case, then if the light is hitting right here, 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 then a cast shadow is going to happen on some of these turning edges of these shapes. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to start to block out where my light patterns are and where the cast shadow is. I want to keep it all as consistent as possible. Light is gathering right there, but it's all of this body of leaves are in shadow. So is that branch, part of this branch. These branches also. And then you might even pick up a little bit of, as the light is hitting here, you may even pick up a cast shadow of leaves, leaf patterns on the tree. All of that would be in shadow. All of this would be in shadow. And that increases the perspective and the depth on your tree, where the light's coming from. Also, this would all cast a shadow going back in this direction. So the grass behind it, if there's a bush behind it, that would be in cast shadow also, because of the light hitting this side and casting a shadow behind it. Now, taking that idea, if you wanted to draw a different type of tree, let's say if we wanted to draw a pine tree, it's the same basic formula. I mean, I would take, the pine tree is pretty much straight. And I mean, you could usually, I mean, there's several ways you can do that. You can start out with a basic triangle, like, you know, a triangle with a trunk placed into the sloping land. Create a little area with some grass, and we have the tree trunk going up. Now, pine trees are kind of layered, so one of the things I like to do is a series of triangles. So we'll have a triangle at the top, we'll have another triangle this way, a triangle that way, a triangle underneath, a triangle under that, and an alternate triangle coming down the length of the tree. That way it just breaks it up so it's not a monotonous tree just with a silhouette like that, but you actually have some layers to it which give it extra depth. And then going in and then just adding texture and bringing out each of those layers, some of them coming out towards you, some of them receding in the distance. You may catch a branch or two in there. And I'm just trying to get a variety of different layers. And then once again, if the sun is coming out in this direction over my shoulder, it's hitting the light will be hitting the tree on this side, you'll have the cast shadow. Underneath, off to the sides, all of this would be in light, and then all of this would be in cast shadow. Which would add more depth to the tree. And then underneath, you would see cast shadow underneath the trunk. And then everything in back of the tree would also be unshadow. So there's a couple of methods there that you can draw trees with using basic shapes. And always remember where your light source is coming from. That's a very important component because along with the perspective, light really creates the depth that we want to capture on paper when we're drawing an object like a tree or any kind of foliage for that matter.